Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I really enjoyed filming the last video, just sitting down, talking and doing like a color with me. Today I'm going to be doing one from this new Disney, what is it called? Creative coloring in book. And I'm going to be doing this picture here. So I'm just gonna, if I can talk properly, oh my God. So I'm just gonna color in, talk. I wanted to talk about a couple of things. Oh no. Oh no, can you hear with the mower going? Oh. Let's just test. The mower's going in the background. Let's test. See if you can hear me. Oh, please, please. I'm going to film this and hope to God that the audio is okay because our neighbors are now mowing the lawn. He decided to mow the lawn right as I started this video. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. All right, so how are we today, guys? You know what? I really like this whole natural vibe. Oh, and I'm gonna keep looking at the front because I like to make sure the colors are correct. Colors match, okay? Yeah, so I really liked the style of the video that I did last time. I really liked that style. And look, at the time of recording this, I haven't actually uploaded it yet. I haven't even edited it yet. But I really enjoyed filming and doing this more natural way of recording. But anyway, I mean, I'm gonna try and edit as much as, as little as possible because the whole point is I want this to be natural. I don't want too many cuts. I just want it to feel like, you know, you're sitting chatting with your friend and just talking, just chilling. So yeah, anyway, I'm off to a great start. I'm off to a really lovely start. The mower's going, I'm fumbling, and you know, it's taking a little bit to get used to as well, this whole filming like this, because I don't really have a plan of what to say, and I'm really struggling to think on the spot, and that's not like me because I talk a lot. But I do actually have a point. I do actually have like a topic I want to talk about today because I think about it a lot, and I was thinking about how am I going to make a video about this. I didn't really know how I wanted to go about it, but basically I want to talk about mindset. No, you know what? No cuts. We're gonna try and do this. Okay, let me think of the words because I'm really struggling today. I was thinking, before I put the camera on, I had this amazing thought process of what I was going to say and this whole thing. If I have to do some cuts, I will, because I don't want it to drag on and be just completely boring and me sitting here just not saying anything, because that wouldn't be very fun, would it? Also, do you like me stitch? I've in the background here. I've got a couple back there too. I have quite a few stitches. I've got quite a few in my collection now. Not all of them are here at this house. My parents' place, we have all of our stuff until we buy a house. So I have a few more Stitch plush toys there. But I've collected these couple actually one of them, that one right there, came with me here. Brought him because I had him at my last place. Had to bring him with me. I had to have one of my Stitches with me because I just love him. Obviously, judging by my last video, doing the colouring in and I have a tattoo of him on my leg. What was I saying? Anyway, so yeah, I've collected a few Stitch teddies since being here. This one I got for Christmas just last year. God, 2024 Christmas. Got him from my mum and dad. So he's sitting here with me. I got there's another Stitch sitting next to that one there with the really big ears. I got him last Christmas. So not the Christmas that just went, but the Christmas before, off my parents as well. And this one here, you probably can't see it very well. I got him off my best friend when she went to Japan. I think it was Japan. Oh my God, Hannah, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Can't remember. They went to Disneyland over there, so she brought that back for me, which was very nice. I love him. So just have a couple of Stitches at this place. We're buying a house hopefully very soon, so pretty much all of our stuff is packed away at my parents' place because this place is tiny. I am filming in our like main part of the flat apartment, granny flat I should say. It's just like kitchen. I have my work desk like literally right there. Bathroom's like behind the camera and it's the size of a closet, and then our bedroom is literally that room behind us, which is also very tiny. So this place just doesn't have the space for all of our stuff, so my poor parents have to deal with all of our boxes of things in one of their spare rooms. So I miss a lot of my stuff. It's all there, and I have so many plush toys, like teddies. I collect them, and I just love them so much. And I really can't wait to set all that up. I really can't wait to, when we get our house, set it all up. Maybe I'll do like a tour. Not a tour. What is it called? Like not a haul. I'll do like my teddy collection video. I've been thinking about doing that for quite some time because I have a lot. Probably like in the hundreds. I don't know how many. I'll have to do a count, I reckon. But yeah, I really want to do a video on that. I think it would be cool. Let me know if you want to see that. Just pop a comment. Let me know if you want to see my teddy collection. I mean, surely there's some people out there that are like me and will want to see all that kind of thing. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, just colouring in my little Simba at the moment. He's getting there. Look at him. I'm copying the there. So copying that colour. You'd think I would know the colours off by heart by now, but I want to get them completely right. So I like to make sure that the colour is perfect. And that's like a darker, okay, so in his ears a darker brown. There's something about colouring in that's just so relaxing. I may have mentioned this in my last video. I honestly can't even remember what I said. I guess I'll remember when I'm editing it. Not that I'm doing much editing because it's like a, you know, sit down, unedited vibe. I'm really nervous about doing this style. I really hope it goes well. But I posted a little teaser video this morning, or no, last night, of my Colour With Me video coming, like the last one. It was just like a little YouTube shorts. And I mean, did pretty well. And I think a lot of people like watching those Colour With Me videos. So I have a feeling it might go all right, hopefully. It's just the style of just me talking that's kind of like, I wonder how it's going to go. I wonder if people like this sort of vibe, but hey, we'll see. I don't care. I don't care what I'm posting at this stage. I'm just like experimenting, trying to see, just trying to get a feel of what people like and what people want to see more of. And the main thing is I want to be consistent, because that's, you know, my word for 2025 is consistency. Making sure that I'm showing up and doing what I set myself out to do. Very important this year, especially if you want to grow channel, do whatever. Consistency is a big one, very important. Oh my god. Okay, Simba's done. Let's move on to Pumbaa. Let's get him. You know what? This is really testing me right now. This is really, I don't know why. It's like this block, and it's probably a good thing that I'm like experimenting with this and just letting the camera roll. Cause like, it's, I don't know, it's getting me out of my comfort zone. It's really getting me out of my comfort zone and making me like try something new. And sometimes you have to be uncomfortable for a short time to get comfortable. So that includes things like, you know, doing uncomfortable things that you don't like doing, going to the gym, eating healthy, eating right. All these things we don't like, we're not comfortable when we do them, but we do them because they're gonna make us comfortable in the long run. They're gonna give us results. You go to the gym, be uncomfortable, but when you see those results, your body looking great, that's you feeling comfortable with yourself. Your confidence grows. That's the comfort. So you have to sit in discomfort to get comfortable. I really hope that makes sense, because I'm letting the camera just roll and me talk. Maybe, just maybe, this might be, you know, one of my best videos yet. I don't know because I haven't put it out there yet. And if you are watching this, then great. Mindset is so incredibly important. Mindset, I think, is the most important thing out of everything in life, because the mindset is how you achieve goals. It's how you get what you want. For example, I had a really bad moment in my life, probably, it was quite a few years ago now, without getting too much into it because, you know, it's probably too boring to listen to, but I went through a stage where I was really depressed. I had depression. My computer just went to sleep, was like, hell nah, I'm out. I had depression. I had anxiety, depression. I was on medication. I went on medication for all of that. So basically, a little backstory. I was with my ex for a long time, okay? We got together when I was 13, he was 14. We were together for nearly 14 years. It was a long relationship. There was moments where, yeah, we did have, in that time we were together, we had a couple of moments where we weren't together, so we had on and off moments later on in our lives when we were like a bit older. We did break up maybe two or three times maximum. I should have known from the first time that, you know, maybe we weren't meant to be together. Maybe we should have left it at the first one when we'd broken up. I should have realized, but we didn't, because that's how you learn. You learn, you live and learn. You go through moments and you look back and go, okay, like happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happened with us, but I think that it's probably even harder to let go of someone when nothing does happen, because then you have to sit with your decision and think like, okay, this is really not going anywhere. We cared about each other, but we don't love each other anymore, and you have to make this decision for yourself, what's best for your life. So yeah, we we had this not a very good time in our last few years. You know, we just weren't happy, and like when you're not happy, things can just become just loveless, stagnant, very complacent. It's not a good it's not a good place to be mentally. It's really not. It's very hard to explain unless you're in that situation, but I'm sure that maybe I'm resonating with someone or some people out there. You know what that's like to go through. And the first time we broke up, we were only like 18, and that was like the most I've ever been so heartbroken in my whole life. Oh my God, if you've never been through a breakup and you've never experienced heartbreak, you really don't understand. When you go through like a really bad heartbreak, it really does teach you a lot. It puts things into perspective. The first time we broke up, it was like that. I was 18. He actually broke up with me at first. And then we did get back together. We stayed together for a little, like, few years. We broke up again. I think that was me the last 2 times. So we should have learned our lesson then, but we didn't. Anyway, but when the last few years of our relationship, that's when I actually, like, look, I was in such a bad place. I was depressed. I knew that, like, I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to live either. And that is let me tell you, that's a really, really hard place to be. And we were just not good financially. Like, I was the poorest I've ever been in my life. You know, I grew up with a relatively poor upbringing. Absolutely no hate or shade to my family. They did the best they could for us and growing up, and it was actually a really good childhood, and we had really, really great times. We were just so broke, and that obviously helped shape who I am today, because everything does happen for a reason. But you know, that made me who I am today, and I've learned a lot from it. And I think as I got older, like, my money situation, I was just very irresponsible. I was very irresponsible with money, I guess because I never really had any growing up. And then as I got into my, like, you know, young adulthood, 18 to my early 20s, I spent money stupidly. I just wasn't good with money, and you know, that in conjunction with being with someone that you are not in love with anymore. Also at the time, my health, you know, I was so much heavier. I've lost a lot of weight since then. There was a lot of things like built up back then that was really like, I was going through a really tough time. So being in a relationship like that with my ex was tough, because it's hard when nothing significant happens, but you know deep down that it's not right for you. So I started, the last few years of our relationship is when I discovered meditating, and then I discovered manifesting as well, a manifestation. And that's when my life actually turned around. That's when I started doing things I'd never done before, and then I really did see a big difference. My life started to change. It really did. And this is where mindset all comes in. Mindset was the turning point, I should say. My mom always, growing up, would always say to us, like, think positive, you know, everything happens for a reason. And it does. I've always believed that. But then I found I stumbled across some YouTube videos of like similar things, this whole, you know, thinking positive and manifesting, similar stuff. So I was familiar in the way that, you know, my my mum would always say that to us. So I thought, oh, you know, like what she always used to say really ingrained in me. So then I was like, I found these videos and I thought, oh, this is really, really good stuff. Let's keep watching. And then that's when I discovered scripting letters, and I wrote my first one. I wrote my first scripting letter. And then this was, I want to say, I can't remember how many years ago exactly. It was before I met Sim. So obviously me and my ex were together. And this one day, I'll never forget. So I started writing these scripting letters. It was probably like 2019 or 2018, somewhere around then. I'll never forget. I wrote my first scripting letter, and it basically was things like, you know, I have this amount of money. I weigh this much. I've got my dream body. I'm happy. I'm all of this stuff. And then I actually did forget about it. I forgot about it for a while. And then this one day, I'll never forget, I, at the time, was working at this company. It was like a software company doing like their finance and stuff. So I work in finance. I'm a bookkeeper. I'm actually a BAS agent now. And I remember I was driving home and it was a payroll day. So I used to do all their payroll and stuff. And then I checked my account and I randomly had this massive amount of money, like out of nowhere. And just for context as well, I used to own a dog grooming business for a few like about 6 years before I had this job. So that's relevant because of what I'm about to tell you. So I checked my account on the way home, and this was the first job I got since selling my business. I checked my account on the way home and I saw this like big lump sum of like $14,000, something ridiculous like that. This is AUD, 14,000 Australian dollars. And I was like, what the hell? Where's this money come from? Oh my God. So I was like, holy shit. So at the time I messaged my friend that was my bookkeeper at the time of when I had my business, and I was like, hey, so I got this amount of money, and it looked like it was from the ATO, which is the Australian Taxation Office here in Australia. And basically we looked into it, and the end of the day, that money was mine, and it was something to do with the business at the time. So, and then I thought, in that moment, I thought to myself, oh my God, like, this is the universe telling me, like, it's giving me something. I started manifesting. I started writing these scripting letters. I set those intentions and then I forgot about it, because that's what you're supposed to do. I set them and then I forgot I wrote that letter. I actually read it every night for a good few weeks, even maybe a month or two. And then the whole point is, I did get something. The universe was giving me a test. It was giving me what I had asked for. And at the time, you got to remember too, at the time, I was still so broke, such a financially, like, some of the worst, how do I phrase this? It was like one of the roughest times in my adult life with finances. So, you know, I had so many debts. I had credit card debts. I had loans. I had, you name it, I had it. So it was almost as if the universe was like, here you go. Here's what you wished for. You manifested this. So, and at the time I was like, oh my God. So this is why I really, really strongly feel so strongly for manifesting, because it works. It really does. But it's going to test you and give you what it thinks that you need or what you can handle. If you get something like that and then blow it all in one go on something silly, like, the universe is going to then think, okay, well, you can't handle $1 million if you can't handle 15,000, you know? So that was a good test for me, because I should have paid off more things with it. I should have done more. I did have like a few debts that I was going to clear with it, but no, I did spend it a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, I had this money. But it was still proof enough that what I was doing in my life, it was like a sign that if you want something, work towards it, think positive, and you will get what you want. And I'll never forget that day, because that's really the first thing that happened that I was like, wow, like this manifesting really, really works. And not just that, like it's all about your mindset. Because my mindset changed and shifted, my whole life did. I started feeling better. I started feeling more positive. I remember I actually got myself off the antidepressants. I can't remember exactly when I got them off, when I stopped taking them. So I kind of just stopped. I was a bit silly. I probably should have gone to the doctor and been like, I don't need them anymore, but I just kind of stopped taking them because I was feeding my brain with all this positive stuff. I was not letting myself think negative anymore. And the trick is, as soon as a negative thought enters your brain, you just have to instantly dismiss it and replace it with something positive. Because if you live your life in this negative energy, you're going to attract that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You're going to attract that negative energy if you live in that negative frequency. You get what you attract. You get what you put out. So if you're putting out positivity and good vibes and really focusing on positive stuff, you're going to get that. And I still don't understand how it works. I still don't know how to explain it, but it really does work. It really does. Like, even like ever since I started doing all that, I would always think to myself, like, what's the positive outcomes? A good example is when you're driving to work. If you get up late, right? If you get up late one day and then you think to yourself, oh my God, like, I'm late. Why does this always happen to me? And then you get nothing but red lights on the way to work. And then you have all this, it's a chain reaction. You have all these things that happen because you're in a negative frequency. You're thinking negative things, so it's going to happen. You are what you put out, if that makes sense. I mean, I could really ramble on about this for ages, but I kind of want to have a point to this, is that it's all about your mindset. Mindset is everything. And yeah, I still get shocked at like some things that has happened in my life because I have really like changed it around. You know, now if it wasn't for the bad times I did go through, if it wasn't for leaving my ex, or if it wasn't for the times we had that led to us breaking up, or if it wasn't for, you know, doing all that, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have the man I have today, the love of my life. I also have been on this massive health journey, lost over 20 kilos. I'm so much happier financially, so much better as well. Like, we don't have any debts anymore. We're saving to buy a house. Like, we'll be buying a house this year. There is so many things that I have mindset to thank, because if you live in that positive headspace, you're guaranteed to get what you want. It's just that simple. That's really all it is. So yeah, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, that's if you want something in life, if you want to change your life, you need to change how you think. And that also brings me to another point: consistency, discipline, obviously thinking positive, but all of those things together is what's going to change your life. It really is. And it's really so simple. You just have to trust in the process that your life will change. And if you live as though you already have the thing that you want, the universe is going to give that to you. I'll give you an example. So if you say you want to lose weight, you want to get fit, you want to get healthy, but you don't exercise, you eat like shit, you are lazy, you don't do anything that's going to maintain a good body when you get it. So why is the universe going to help you with something that you can't even maintain right now. So if you can shift your mind and your routine into healthy eating habits, going to the gym, walking, doing something every day, that's going to get you those results, and then you're going to be able to keep that body that you've worked so hard to get. So same with the money situation. When I got that 14,000, that was a really good test, because yes, 14 was a lot for me back then, a huge amount, but like I didn't have that again happen in such a random amount of money like that happened to me again, because like the way I kind of handled that money at that time could have been better. But nowadays, that amount of money is like nothing. We saved that really quickly. Because the whole mindset's changed, it's shifted. The universe is constantly testing you. It's constantly giving you opportunities if you see them. If you see the opportunity and you see what it is that it's telling you, then you need to like lean into that and follow your instincts, follow your gut, and you'll be very surprised. You'll be very, very surprised at what it's like trying to show you and what it's like giving you, because yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing, this whole law of attraction and manifesting. And I do really recommend as well meditating. That is what got me kind of like, that's what helped me open my mind to everything. Because like even now, as I'm saying all of this, it's really funny because I know that there's people in my life that think like all this stuff is a bit like far-fetched, a bit woo-woo. Like even my partner's like, oh my God, like it's just, he's always like, yeah, whatever. It's not, it's just reality. It's just how you work, whatever. But he's a hard worker. So of course he's going to get what he wants, because he's always working towards the things that he wants, So it's like, and a lot of people, you get people that don't fully dive into this whole thing and think that it's all a bit weird and wacky, but let me tell you, it's all thanks to just something as simple as changing my mindset. That's literally all I did. That's all I did. Yeah, this video has been going on for quite some time, 40 minutes of just rambling. And I haven't even really got all of it done. I was so distracted, but I think I'm gonna have to end the video here because I don't want to go too much more. It's, yeah, I might have to do like a video a little bit better explaining this whole thing. I don't know. This has kind of been a life lesson on mindset. Mindset matters. It really does. It changes your whole world, your whole life, if you want it to. That is, you have to really like believe. You have to really believe in yourself, and you also, another piece of advice, just try not to care about what people think, because I'm very much like that. I'm so in my head a lot of the time about what people think, but I'm trying these days not to be. And let me tell you, it's hard, but you just have to just trust yourself. Just trust yourself, think positive, because yeah, the only person that can change your life is you. You're the only one that can do that. If you take away anything from this video today, just let it be one thing, even if it's just one thing, and that is think positive. Try to think positive about anything. Start small. If you notice any thoughts come into your head that is not positive or is not even the slightest bit, just recognize it, filter it out, replace it with a positive thought. Example, if you say, oh, I can't afford this, stop thinking that straight away, because if you live in a lack mindset, you're going to stay in that, okay? So instead of saying, I can't afford this, say, I can, I don't want it right now. Even if that's a lie, it doesn't matter, because you're training yourself to think like, okay, like I am this person with lots of money. I am this rich person. I can afford this. I just don't want it right now, because it changes your whole mind. It's crazy. It changes how you are and what you do, your habits, everything. And another example, if you say to yourself things like, oh, why does this always keep happening to me? Why I'm always, losing jobs, I'm always losing this. Stop those thoughts. As soon as they come in, just stop them. Just be aware of what you're thinking and change it. Just swap it to, okay, this happened for a reason. What is that reason? Change, oh, this always happens to me, to this happened to me for a reason, because I need to learn this lesson. This is a valuable lesson. Really think about it. Break it down. That's really all there is to it. It's so simple. And that's exactly how I started doing this too. And my life's completely done a 180. I've got so much proof, that manifesting works, scripting letters work, thinking positive works. All these things I never ever thought I would be able to have in life, but it's very possible. Even losing weight, like it's all so possible, but it starts with you. So that's my little rant for today. I didn't do a lot of coloring, but it was kind of like a little therapy session. I hope you enjoyed whatever the hell this video was. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, do all that stuff. Subscribe, please subscribe. And if you have anything you want to say or mention about anything to do with like mindset, have you changed how you think? Has your life changed just from doing some simple little changes? Do you believe in manifestation? Do you meditate? Do you write scripting letters? All of that stuff, tell me in the comments. I would really love to know, because yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how much you can change your life. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna stop talking, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.